Hola, ¿cómo están? Espero que estén muy bien. How are you? I hope you're okay. Welcome to my live. As you can see, it says, "Are you ready for back to school?" I know that some persons are saying, "Why? Why do you want to do this topic on a Friday?" Now, I want to see, are you ready for back to school? I want to talk. We want to see how you're doing. It's a check-in. We're also going to be talking about Spanish and how however we can help. So let's see. So I want to hear from you. I want to know what's happening, how you're doing, cómo están ustedes. Espero que estén muy bien. I want to reassure you because I've seen some persons. I posted something on Instagram and I'm hearing some persons saying they're feeling overwhelmed, and you're hearing a lot of news, some of them not so good. So you're nervous, you are anxious, you are overwhelmed, you don't know what to expect. And so I just want to use this time to encourage you. I want us to talk, I want to hear about best practices. I'm hoping that we'll have teachers, we'll have students, we'll have administrators, we'll have parents, we will have persons who want to come on and they want to talk about what works at them and what are their concerns also. So that's that kind of life. Tonight is a Q&A, it's a let's catch up, it's a lot of things. Also, hola Renee, ¿qué tal? I also want, as I see Renee, I also want to mention others who are doing Spanish also. So Renee Grant, you can see her here. She's one of the, she's a teacher, muy bien, a good teacher who also does Spanish videos. French Action does French videos. So if you're doing French, you can check out French Action. You do Spanish, you can check out Renee Grant. So, and there are a lot of other persons who are doing Spanish. So if you are here and you have a channel, or you can also write it in the chat so that I can. We're a family, somos una familia, so we can know what you're doing and we can go from there. Now, first thing is, how are you feeling as it relates to back to school? So it's a little bit over a week. How are you feeling? ¿Cómo están ustedes? Let me hear from you. If you speak Spanish, I would love if you put your responses in Spanish. Pero si hablas English, if you just speak English at the moment, because you're here on this page, you can find Spanish. You can check out Renee and find Spanish. And Hispanic connection, you can also find Spanish. I teach French, you can also find Spanish and French. So go ahead and let me know. ¿Cómo están ustedes? How are you? ¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo están? And as soon as I hear what you're doing, we're going to be doing an exercise. So I want to hear from you. I'm checking the chat. I'm looking at the chat. And I want to hear how you are doing. ¿Cómo están ustedes? Also, I'm on TikTok. See, Spanish plus tutoring. So you can check that out on TikTok. All right. Muy bien, descansando. Okay, me alegro. I'm glad that you are resting. That is very important. Hola, Sash. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Thank you for joining. Best hairdresser in the world. So just let me let you know if you want it. Well, I haven't done my hair in a while, but this is not her. This is because I need to do my hair. But yeah, she does really good hair. So you can check her out. You can put your Instagram also, Sash, so that they can check you out. All right. Yeah. So, ¿cómo están ustedes? Espero que estén muy bien. So, I hope you are well. I hope you are doing fine. And Once we get to 10 persons, we're going to do an exercise. So you can share the live with somebody who you think can benefit from the live. And there are some prizes in the form of credit, of course, for right now, because that's easier to get to you if you win. All right. So once we get to 10 persons, then we'll start that. But I just when Renee said that she is resting, it's very important for us to rest. Because you can keep working, and you don't want to keep working until your body tells you to stop. That's the worst thing. And I don't know. Well, everybody here I'm seeing they are from Jamaica, and if you today is the 27th of August, you would have seen that the Ministry of Health has said that if it's not an emergency, you should not come to the hospital. They're only dealing with emergencies at this time. And so, as a result of that, please be careful and take your vitamins, rest, and do what you know you're supposed to do. So, such the stylist on Instagram, you can check her out, and I promise you, she'll get your hair together. Whether it is what's the invisible hair, not less braid, or if it's the nice new one. I don't remember what that one is called. Butterfly locks, whatever it is, butterfly locks, natural hair locks, anything. She can get it together. All right, so let's continue. Seguimos. Let's do a breathing exercise onto the others. Come on. So después de tres, after three, uno, dos, tres. Let's go. Deep breath in, inhala, hold it, and out. Otra vez, a big one. Big one. Slowly let it out. Otra vez, huge one. Think about everything that's happening. Take a big one, because when you let out, you want to let out all that is not going well. So let's go. Big one. Uno, dos, tres. Let it out slowly. All right. So we should be fine. All right. So let's begin. Let me see if you're on here and you know a Spanish speaking country beginning with the letter A. Please write it in the chat. Which Spanish speaking country begins with the letter A? While we wait on the others, which Spanish speaking country begins with the letter A? Argentina. Muy bien, Lauren. Muy bien. What about B? Rápido. Let's see. B. 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 Let's go. What about B? Bolivia. Muy bien. C. Cuatro. Hay cuatro. C. Hay cuatro. Four. Four that starts with C. Let's go. Vamos. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Four that starts with C. Colombia, Cuba, Chile. One more. I see Renee, and Lauren. Muy bien. Costa Rica. Muy bien. One that starts with D. I should leave that one for Renee. Anybody that does not know Renee, or if you do know Renee, you'll know that this country, I'm just going to leave that one for her. Dominican Republic, La República Dominicana. What about E? E, let's go. E. Un momento. E. Oh, and ladies, remember your queens. E. E, E, E. E. Muy bien. El Salvador, Ecuador. What about G? G. G. Yes, Equatorial Guinea. It's an African country, yes, and they speak Spanish. G. Guatemala. Let's go for H. 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 Let's see. H. Honduras. Muy bien. M. M. Let's see. M. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Who is it gonna be? ¿Quién va a ser? ¿Quién será? México. Muy bien. N. Let's look at N. N, N, N. Spanish speaking country beginning with the letter N. Nicaragua. Muy bien. P. Cuatro. Cuatro. Sasha. Very good. But you're here. You're learning some. No, I think you can find one of these. Yeah, I did N already and with O. Nicaragua. So P. P. Puerto Rico. Panama. Dos más. Two more. And for those who like shopping, you can get clothes at a very reasonable price. As a matter of fact, cheap in Panama. Great, great, great prices. Well, in 2015 when we went, if you were a tourist, you once you're not there for long, I don't know if it's less than a month, but I know that once you show your passport, you didn't pay any tax. I don't know if it has changed since. Peru, Paraguay. All right, muy bien. S. Everybody who's on here must know the country that speaks Spanish that begins with the letter S. Kids, ¿cómo estás? Espero que esté muy, muy, muy bien. And I'm so excited to see you on here. Thank you for joining, and I'm excited to see your contribution to the discussion. All right, so we're doing some warm up. So we have S for Spain. What about U? Spanish speaking country beginning with the letter U. I see Spain, yes, the motherland. Uruguay or Uruguay. All right. What about V? V. Spanish speaking country beginning with the letter V. Hola, Neri, ¿cómo estás? Guys, please follow Anpe. You can drop the link in the chat, please. Nerik is the president of the Spanish Teachers Association. El presidente. Okay, Venezuela. Muy bien. Guys, feel free to share the live with somebody who you think can benefit and who can join. Let's see. All right. So Again, if you have a project, if you have any anything that you're doing that you want to share in the life, somos una familia. So if I know that Kitson does he's an orator, so he'll come. He's an MC, more than an MC, extraordinaire. But if you have a wedding, if you have something that you want, some vibes and some life in Spanish and in English, please check him out. Guys, please, I don't want to say sell yourself in the chat, but just say what you do and what you can do so others can know. Because I'm telling you, there's some very, very, very talented people on this live. I already tell you about Renee's YouTube channel. She does tutoring. I told you about Sash the Stylish with the hair. I tell you that Nerik is the president and él habla español muy bien. We have Kitson, we have Lauren, she speaks Spanish, Chinese. I tell you, this live has some amazing people on. And if I didn't see you or you didn't comment and I do not know that you're here, please write in the chat and just let us know what you do. And if you're selling bags, hair clips, anything, just let us know. And if there's somebody that you know that's selling something, just let them know too. And let them join and put it in the comment. And somos una familia. We are a family. All right. So we have our Spanish speaking countries. And because whenever you're going to learn about when you're going to learn a language, you should know about the culture. It's not just the language. You don't just even patois. You don't just get up and speak patois. Wagwan. If I come here and say wagwan, you're good. That's not that is just saying the words out of my mouth. But patois come with the energy. You have to understand yourself. You have to know what you do. When you see we attack someone and say wagwan, you have to understand that we're not fighting. That's just the energy. It comes with emotion, intonation, expression, gestures. And it's similar for Spanish. You'll find that Spanish people say, hola, ¿cómo estás? With a lot of excitement. It's not just, hola, ¿cómo estás? So whenever you're learning, you need to know. All right, so Jay's Fresh Produce is here, and he's amazing too. Let me just explain. Let me just stop to let you know. They said you can boast, but you must show off. So let me just boast about the amazing people who are on this live. So you check out Jay's Fresh Produce. He's also here. He's also here on YouTube, and he does farming. He's not joking. You can check it out. You can see how to, especially know how to do your backyard gardening. But he sells also, so you can get your potato, your yam, your scotch bonnet, pepper, pumpkin, and he does not use the fertilizer that is not good for you and all of that. So you'll be fine. But you just check out his page and you can go over there and subscribe. So I know we're using the first part for housekeeping. So some persons might come on and say, but I don't see them speaking any Spanish yet. But we have to big up the people who are here. All right. Now that we have, well, we're not finished. Anytime we see them coming in, we're going to talk about it. All right. So you have to learn about the culture. When you're going to learn a language, ensure that you know the culture. Now, let's move on to our next activity. And it's where you introduce yourself in Spanish in the chat. So, for those who I know speak Spanish, awesome. For those who are practicing, you're going to practice in the chat. So, let's see in the chat. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, I'm going to stop and wait for you to write. Introduce yourself in Spanish. Hola, Stephanie. Let me just take another second to let you know. I have Sash the Stylish, and I have, well, I keep saying stylish, Sash the Stylist, and I have Stephanie, Steph the Stylist. So great here. Just let me just let you know that. So, Steph, you can also put your information in the comment section. You can put your T information, you can put your hair information. All right, guys. So, now that, and again, if you have something to promote, put it in the chat. Mientras que estamos practicando el español, while we practice our Spanish. So, please go ahead and introduce yourself in español. Aquí. If I could invite people on, I'd have to send this link to them, and I can have up to 6 people. So, if there's anybody who wants to come on too, I can send the link to you. It says copy to clipboard. Let me see if I put it here. If I put it here and you want to come on, I'm gonna copy it instead of just sending it to. So I think I can have up to 6. So if you click on it, you should be able to come on. So let me know. Um, it says up to 6 people can come on. So I guess up to 5 other persons. All right. I don't see anybody introducing themselves in Espanol. ¿Cómo se llaman? What are your names? How do you introduce yourself in Spanish? And if your spirit move you to come on, feel free to come on. Don't be nervous. Do not be nervioso. All right, so for those who didn't do the breathing exercise, you're going to take a deep breath. And we're going to let out everything. All right, so I wanted to do a few things because, as I said, I would have asked people on Instagram and here to send what's happening, what they're nervous about, and all of that. And I find that a lot of persons are anxious. And I also think that a lot of this comes from the fact that you look at, well, you should not compare yourself to others. But sometimes I think people see persons and say, oh, that person have it all together, but I don't have it and I'm nervous. I don't know about anybody else, but I think all of us, and I can speak for myself, we're all a bit anxious and we're all a bit nervous and we're all a bit overwhelmed. But you need to take a second, stop, and just take it one day at a time. If you're a teacher, you're a good teacher. The fact that you're feeling some amount of nervousness, it means that you care about something. So you are a good teacher. And do not compare yourself to another teacher that you say, oh, doing this and doing that and doing that. And not saying you should sit back and do nothing. And there are videos here on my channel for teachers, for parents, and for students. But if you're a teacher, you're doing a good job, right? If you're a parent, you're doing a great job. You're doing a very good job. This is trying time. This is a pandemic. None of us have ever lived through this before. And you're anxious. And I get a lot of calls from parents. Miss, is it back? Is it face to face? Is it online? If it's online, do I need to buy the books? Do I need to do this? So a lot of persons are anxious. Now, what we know so far is that for September 6th, it's going to start with online with the hope of going face to face. So that's what we know so far. But regardless if it's online or face to face, we crave your support because we are a team. So it's parents, teachers, students, all stakeholders. We're in this together. So once we understand that we are a team and we're not fighting against, can the teacher them this, the parents them this, the student them this, the principal. No, that's not it. We're all in this together. In order for this thing to work, we all have to work together. Students have to do their assignments. Parents have to remind and help and guide. Teachers have to play their part. We have to show up. We have to put in the effort. We have to find innovative ways to keep their attention. Because looking at TikTok, when I joined TikTok, I realized that everything is so fast. So you can even if it's too long, people lose focus. So you have to find bite-sized ways to get people to do and get the information that you need. So teachers have a role to play, administration have a role to play, the stakeholders have a role to play, parents, students, we all have rights and we all have responsibilities. So if you're a student here, you have responsibilities too. I know that TikTok can be addicting. I know that the games, because I found that some persons, oh, they're playing Free Fire, they're playing all of this. Yes, it's exciting. Yes, you want to do it, but you have a responsibility. As you do have a right, you have a responsibility. You have class time, you have assignments, you have things to do. You also, if you don't understand, you need to say that you don't understand and reach out. And some of my, well, my form students and my upper school students, they have accountability partners, somebody, because we can't go through this life thinking, oh, I can do this by myself, I don't need anybody. Anybody here say that? Mm-mm. Know that that is not true. You need somebody, even from creation. You have Adam, you have Eve. You need somebody. So bear that in mind. Hola, mi hermana, my sister, Momo Mac. Hola, Neshama. For guys, if you have seen this channel, you have seen Neshama. Mi princesa, mi sobrina. And Noah. Hola, Noah. You can see Noah on my Instagram. He's a little baby that is que tiene 2 años, 2 years old, that was saying, Hola, ¿cómo estás? And I take this time to say, you can do it. So if you've always wanted to learn Spanish, please, 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 please start. Because a 2-year-old is speaking Spanish with no fear. That's one of the things. Sometimes and this leads me to my next topic when we speak about growth mindset and the mind and the power of yet, and you telling yourself that you can't do it. Because let me just say, if you tell yourself that you can't do it, there's nothing that I can do or anybody else can do to tell you that you can do it. First, you have to, they say, think it, believe it, and live to achieve it. You have to know that you are amazing. You're awesome. You are fantastic. There's nobody else exactly like you. You see you? Yes, you. You're watching it now live. You're watching it a day later. You're watching it a month later. You're watching it a year later. You are amazing. And there's nobody else exactly like you. So it's up to you now to decide whether or not you are going to do it. And we speak about the power of yet. I'm not able to swim good yet, but I'm not coming up here to say I can't swim, because if I tell you I can't swim, I'll never swim. So it's up to you. So the same thing for Spanish, same thing for math, same thing for language. If you say, oh, I can't do this, no, you have to approach it as, you have to know that the brain is a muscle. And we speak about growth mindset as and fixed mindset. So you have the mindset that, oh, only certain people can do math, only certain people can do Spanish. I never banned for do this. Where me come from, we don't do this. Where I'm from, we don't do this. My family, no, that's not what we do. You can do anything. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So let's bear that in mind. So that's one of the things I want you to know. And as you approach the new school year, whether as a teacher, a student, a parent, a guardian, a stakeholder, well wisher, a friend, just know that I'm not gonna come here and say, oh, it's gonna be bed of roses. But once you know that you can do it, step by step, reach out to somebody. You are not by yourself, and work smarter, not harder. We have done collaborations. Kitson and I have done collaborations with others. We have shared. I remember that Nerek was the person who told me about the Spanish dict lessons that you can click on and you get. Listen, there are people in your corner, there are persons in your corner, and there are persons who you can reach out to. And we don't all know everything. There's nobody here that knows everything. So that's the first thing. We need to approach it from that. And that's not just that's not just Spanish, that's not just math, that's not just doing here, that's not just doing farming. It's whatever it is that you're doing, you need to understand that. And again, I speak about community. You're gonna need persons who you're looking at it like this, and somebody else said, what? And you say, what? I never even thought of that. So we need to bear that in mind. As Spanish teachers, math teachers, science teacher, whatever you teach, as parents, best practices. Even in my groups that we have a WhatsApp group for parents, and we have one for teachers. And you find that, sorry, we have one for teachers, but one for parents, one for students. And you find that parents speak to each other, and you find that person say, oh, this worked for me, or this is where I got that. We are all a community. And the quicker we understand that we're all going through this together, and you don't need to say, oh, I'm not sharing that information with anybody. You share this information with somebody, and then they share their information with you. What if you teach grade 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Instead of doing all lesson plans for 7, all for 8, all, one person can do it. My school, we have common planning. So somebody do 8, somebody, it makes it easier because we're all going through difficult times. That brings me to one of the points that I want to put in. We're hearing a lot of news. You find that in the last day or so, the amount of persons I heard, this person didn't make it, this person was, it is, there are a lot of things that are happening. And so whatever you can do to lighten somebody's burden, whatever you can do to make your life easier, and I also want to encourage people to sometimes turn off social media. Don't listen to the news. Don't listen, because if you listen to everything that's coming, careful what you're feeding yourself. You have to be careful. You have to take care of you, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. Whether you're a teacher, can't pour from an empty cup. You're a parent, you cannot pour from an empty cup. And so when you're frustrated, you take out the frustration on somebody else. And so please ensure that you are okay. Reach out to somebody. The amount of times I say reach out to somebody in this life, because I want you to know that you, yes, you, talking to you, you are not alone. You're awesome. You have a community. Help is available. Reach out. Know that you don't know everything, and also know that you are not the only one feeling the way how you feel. I guarantee you, if you should ever say how you're really feeling, there's somebody else feeling exactly like that, and they're thinking the same thing. They say, hold on, I'm the only one who is feeling. No, there's always somebody. All right. Hola, profe, enough respect. All the best for the semester. Muchísimas gracias. Igualmente. All the best for the semester. I pray and hope that if it's online, that it seems to be starting with, that seeing that we'd have done some of it last year, it will be a little bit easier. And whatever challenges come, we have a community and we know that we can reach out to each other. Also, for those who are, if you're a student, you, as I said, you can do some things to make it easier. So, for example, you are in grade 7, you're going to grade 8. There are videos here on my channel for grade 8. So you can look at and see, even if you don't understand everything, you get a feel of what you're going to do in grade 8. There's somebody here or on YouTube that um you can find math or science or Spanish, whatever it is, but I guarantee you there's somebody doing it. So you can give yourself a head start. So when you see it, you'd have had some knowledge of it. Understand? Also, you can create a study schedule. And I want to encourage everybody. Don't let everything pile up on you. So if you're a student, get a homework before you go on TikTok, before you go and play the game, before you go on FaceTime or WhatsApp or whatever it is that you're going on. Find some time to put in some work, and everything is balanced. So you can't just dip on Free Fire. You cannot just be on Free Fire. You cannot just be playing Fortnite. You cannot just be on TikTok. The same way you cannot just do schoolwork alone and don't find some time. Everything is balanced. But I ask you, sometimes I find that whenever you leave everything, and some people get the adrenaline, and sometimes I get the adrenaline when it's last minute. But I find that you sometimes induce stress that you didn't have to go through. So find balance. Find balance, and your only competition should be you. So you want to become a better version of yourself. Your only competition should be you. You're only trying to become a better version. So better than yesterday. And then sometimes being a better version just means resting today. And then tomorrow you can do much better. So I just want to take this time to encourage you. I had some other things planned, but I feel like I just want to take this time to encourage you. I want to tell you that you can do it. Don't give up. You are amazing and you're awesome. And just in case you were wondering, I wonder if no, you are amazing. You're awesome. And yes, you belong where you are. All of the things, the great things that are happening to you, you deserve it. And if it's not so great, you need to reach out to somebody. Whatever it is, there is somebody who can assist you. You are not alone. And don't be too, I'm too proud or I'm no people. No, reach out. Hola Dante. Oh, muchísimas gracias. Thank you. That means so much coming from you. Thank you. And you are an amazing student yourself. So I just want to big you up also. So guys, reach out to somebody, check on somebody, especially with this lockdown coming. We take it for granted that oh everybody's okay. Reach out to somebody. If there's somebody that you have not heard from in a while, check on them. If you don't even call them, send them a voice note, send them a message. I'm just checking on you and just check on them. All right. Now, we've gotten that out of the way. We know that we're amazing. We know that we're awesome. We know that we're a community. We know that we should work smarter, not harder. And just know that your only competition should be yourself. Now, there are a few things. Last year we used Google. We use G Suite. So we use Google Classroom, we might use Google Slides, Hangouts. And for some persons, if you're a new teacher, you can find a video here teaching you how to use Google Classroom using G Suite and how to upload as a student, as a parent. There and I have some, but I'm sure you can also find some on the internet. So and you can reach out to somebody and find out. Again, you are not alone. If you are a parent, there are some avenues that you can get assistance to. Might be through your school, might be through some organization, um, but you can reach out to your guidance council and you can find out. I feel like I see, ooh, KNS.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah. Hi.
The
Good evening,
great,
everyone. Hola a todos.
the
Yes, Simone.
the great kids. Hold on, let me just tell you this. Kids to the great. I was telling them if they want somebody to spice up their wedding and their functions, they should check on you. You don't just do that in English. You do it in Spanish, patois, and everything for them.
Respect.
So I'm so happy you're on. And if Nerek wants to come on, the link is in the. You just click the link and copied it, right?
Yeah, just kicked it.
All right. Oh, you didn't have to copy it. You just click it and come on.
Yeah, I just clicked. Yeah, from this
All right.
device,
So
I just.
if there's anybody else who wants to join the conversation, feel free to click it and come on. All right. So, ¿cómo estás?
Estoy bien. Estoy muy
Okay.
bien.
Okay.
Ah, sí, estoy bien.
Me alegro que estés muy bien.
Sí.
Any tips for for like let's see. I see we have some teachers. I know we have some parents, and I see Dante, so I know we have students. So let's start with the students. Any tips that you'd like to give some students today?
Boy, Simone, to begin with, easy. It's not an easy
Yes,
time. And I heard you really establishing that premise that these are not times that we're accustomed to. They're unprecedented. So really and truly, there's no set formula to
right.
figure it out. And I hear you emphasizing the importance of community.
Yes,
And I think that's the way to go about surviving these times. Community, right? No man is an island. No man stands alone, right? We each need each other in order to survive. All right. Now for students, boy,
right,
it's good and it's bad. I've never seen an era in which technology has played such a great role in terms of
right,
education, but at the same time, it's difficult because behind all of that is a very lonely path where
right,
if you have not decided to learn And if you have not made up your mind that you're going to be successful at this education thing, then you are in for a difficult experience. So the very first tip, Simonette, I suggest is you have to know your why. And you talk about this all the time. You have to know your why. Why is it that I'm going to school?
Right.
Why is it that I'm doing this course? Why is it that I'm doing these subjects after work? You have to know your why. What you say? What you think about the first tip,
No, it's
Simon?
true. Why do you want to do this? And I say rights and risks because some people say I have my rights, but you also have responsibilities. And you know
Yeah.
what I find too is that because you're using technology, the TikTok is right there, bam at the side. The free fire is calling you, come over here. But one thing I find that works for my students is having an accountability partner. So what I do is for my students, I say, all right, Mary and Jane, you are together. And so if Mary doesn't do the homework, before I even speak to Mary, I ask Jane why Mary didn't do the homework. So it's almost like you're gonna call me and say, Simonette, you do the homework? And I call you Kitson, you do the homework? Because I find that adults, everybody like to be a part of a group, a community. And so sometimes doing it by yourself, but when you have somebody to help you to be
Accountability.
accountable, so somebody to help you hold you accountable, and it's not just your teacher, but a peer, I find that it helps. So that's one of the things. And then sometimes they can work together. So I tell them, this is not for you to just one person write it down and one person copy, That's not it. But I see I see my sister and Neshama. Hold on. Let's see. I'm gonna add them to the stream. Hola. Have you seen Neshama? She's the one that was doing the. You saw her on my YouTube page.
Yeah, we've seen her already on the page.
Yeah, but you're frozen. You should see your face. You're frozen.
I'm frozen. I'm actually searching for something since you're talking about accountability. I found
Okay.
this I found this very interesting document. I wish I could send it so you could share it everybody else. But I found it so interesting when it comes to accountability. All
If
right.
you can send it to my email, I should be able to share my screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that now, and I
All
think
right.
it would really help not just students but probably parents and even teachers as well. Anybody who is here in terms of working. So I just sent it to you, Simone, so you could check
Okay. Hold
check your
on.
email.
All right. You're frozen. I don't know what happened. Hold on, Monique. I soon add you back to it. I want to hear from Neshama too. Hold on. Let me check my email and see. Todavía no. Haven't gotten it yet. It's going through
Refresh.
this. I
I know
just
I sent it.
refreshed it.
It should be there. But
Uh,
in essence,
yes. Tell us about. Oh, here it is. Momento.
yeah,
All right. So let me see if I can pull it up and let's see if I can show it on the screen. Un
yeah, and
momento.
then you just a little explanation.
All right. So let's see. I should be able to share it on the screen. Ideas. Okay. Share. Um, share file. Share screen. And where did I pull it up just now? Hold on.
So as Simone works on that, still basically,
Are you
oh,
seeing
it's
it?
up. Yeah, man, it up. You can zoom so that we can see it
Okay.
clearer.
All right.
All right. So start at the top.
The accountability ladder.
Yeah,
Leaving
man. And
the victim mindset behind.
I use this at the start of the year with my fifth farmers because I tend to find that in these times everybody kind of have a victim mindset, and it's so easy to have a victim mindset. We've
Okay.
all lost. important things we've all suffered at the hand of the pandemic, but we can't afford to have a victim mindset, right? We have to leave that behind. So the accountability ladder Simonette referred to, having somebody that can help you, it begins at one. Simonette, go down to the bottom of the ladder, the first rung,
Okay, what
right?
homework?
What homework? So you know when you have somebody that you're working with, a classmate, and as students, I'm sure you've asked that before. Which homework, brother? I want them
Yeah,
to do today. What homework? So
yeah,
that's the first step. Like you begin there, awareness. So
yes.
you're aware that you have something to do. Simone,
The teacher.
aware.
So for number two, they said the teacher wasn't clear.
All right. So when you're aware now, the victim mindset, I go say, yo, me not sure about that. The teacher need
Mhm.
explain it.
And
Miss
just
Miss
blame.
Sibert.
It's a blame, and that's it.
But you work with adults too, you know. So when you have people working with adults too, with parents, it's the same thing. But your father never carry no lunch money come. What
Right.
what? So the accountability is not there. So you start to blame somebody else. And in
Yes.
terms of accountability, nobody goes anywhere with that.
Right.
Next step.
Well, I
What's the next
can't
step?
do it now. I can't do it now.
And excuses is the next step. So I tell my students all the time, and they probably think that I'm hard for saying this, but I tell them that excuses are monuments of nothing that build bridges to no. I write it big on the chalkboard at the
And it
start
goes
of the.
nowhere.
And then me say use your dictionary, search for these words. Monument, search for bridges, right?
So,
Excuses are monuments of nothing that build bridges to nowhere, right? So it no make no sense. You're not gonna nowhere when you come with excuses. What is it that I've done? So when you're so what's the homework? The teacher wasn't clear. Well, me can't do it now. You
maybe
move
it'll
on
be
to
fine. Maybe it will be
uh,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe Miss give us an extension.
Probably she extended date. The
Yes.
HOD probably move on the date. The
Or
principal no
she
bother
doesn't.
accept.
She might not even remember. Yeah. So that's hope, as you said. Four.
So I'm sure that there are parents out there who probably have not yet bought uniform for their children. Probably them are gonna keep it online school. So
Right.
it's all of this kind of mindset. So it applies to everybody and any sphere. So you're gonna say, me hope say things get better. So all of that, all of those 4 points that we cover already, that's kind of the victim
Victim
mindset and you're
mindset.
powerless. You can't go nowhere by just knowing that you have something to do. So just knowing is not enough. What you say, Simonet? Being
Correct.
aware is
Yes,
not
being
enough.
aware, blaming, making excuses, and just hoping that it will work out based on what you said. Victim. So, what do we do when we say, what about the homework that is due tomorrow? What does an accountable or powerful person do? For five, it
Do
says, I should have done it. I should have done it.
yeah, and that's how the role of the accountability partner come in now. So you gotta have a bridging where I go bring you say when you bring up say your awareness. So what? So what if you're aware? When you bring up your blame, this
Right.
accountability person is supposed to move you from a victim mindset to a powerful mindset now. And the first step in doing that is acknowledging the reality. The work due today.
Right.
Right? Yeah, do CXC June.
Yes.
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 And that's where you start from.
And
Right?
especially for CSEC, I love that you touched on that because some persons, and it's not a CSEC, PEP, whatever, even end of year exams, but you find that some persons say, and I just want persons listening to understand that we're not being insensitive in the sense of we know that this is a pandemic and we know that a lot of things are happening and some persons have lost persons. So that is not what we're saying. But we're saying you have to acknowledge reality and there are some things that you have to do and you can't just blame and just pretend that you don't know and all of that. So for six, the person says, I'll take care of it.
Yeah. So you move and then humanity raise a very good point too, because life we can't stop life.
Right.
You can't stop life because of what is happening. So you acknowledge that you have a role to play. And For so many of us, this is the hardest step, acknowledging that yeah, we have to do this thing. But once you have acknowledged it, you move on to the point now where you can say, I'll take care of it.
So you
Right?
own.
So you own it. So your man, and my responsibility, I gotta deal with it. And you're becoming more powerful now. Right? The next still I've still got time.
So you find a solution.
Yeah, you find a solution. So if it's a situation where you don't have any money to buy the children's things for back to school, you still have time now. Don't think that it's too late now as a parent. Right? You still got time. Find a solution. Find a way out. As a
And
student,
go
go
ahead.
ahead, Simon.
No, I was just saying because, and again, everything. Because even when you say a parent might find a solution, we don't mean, because we do understand some persons have lost their job, they're making less money, but you can also seek out help. Talk to your guidance counselor, talk to a social worker, find out where they're giving out scholarship, find out where they're giving grants. But don't just sit back and say, no, and some people might say, "Oh, it's easier said than done." Sometimes it's easier. It's always easier said than done, but you can do it, and just reach out. And sometimes you find that once you start the process, you say, "But hold on, it never as hard as I thought it was going to be." Because the hardest part of anything is to start.
Yeah,
So
the law of momentum. The law of
right,
momentum. Sometimes if you just need to begin, right? For some of us, probably you were not like me, but probably starting school, tertiary education, right? The difficult part was starting. You don't
yes,
know how the money for the rest of the semesters were coming. I'm talking personally now. But
yes,
eventually, by seeking out opportunity, money just appear. And we now say, yo, we born with golden spoon in our mouth. No, yo, it's just a hustle still, and you just
yeah.
seek out opportunities and opportunities, and that's what we're trying to tell you to do. Seek
I,
out opportunities
not
for helping yourself,
not to
and
even
it does.
not to even go off on a far tangent, but when you said that, even when I started college, I went there first, say I'm going to do primary, because the whole story is I saw a girl in the nice TP uniform and I said, okay, I'm going to do teaching. Go, say I'm going to do primary. The lady there said, why you don't do Spanish and you can get a scholarship? That time I have a two in Spanish. I just want to tell people I don't have a one. I didn't get a one in CXC Spanish, as
You
because
can
sometimes
change that
people.
pronoun. It's we. We don't have a one in
Okay,
Spanish.
so that's the first thing. And then the lady said to me, why you don't do Spanish? You can get a scholarship. And that's how I got a government scholarship when I did diploma, because I did a diploma first because the school, at the time Sam Sharp wasn't doing degree. And then right after
We're
I did the
same.
degree.
We the same place, and
Right.
at that
So if I hadn't made this step, if the lady wouldn't come up on me yard, come tell me say you can get Spanish. She didn't even know me the day when she spoke to me. So sometimes when you go, you'll find that there's somebody placed there. There's something there for you, but you just have to get up. You just have to move. I don't know who we're talking to, but you just need to move. You just need to step out with faith, and I guarantee you that something good is going to happen.
yeah,
And and,
man.
and you say I'm on it, so you make it happen.
Yeah, man. So I still got time. I'm on it. And the last one, you just make it happen. So
Yeah.
that ability contribution to your life still. I'm just I say, if you're out there, don't give up. Just continue, be persistent. You'll make it. Right. As Simonette said, if you're a student, just continue to follow these steps. And you can keep
Yes.
yourself accountable too. And do what you have to do.
And I just want to also encourage everybody, everybody, because I know that we have seen it where there's some persons who have, for example, that person might have a bit. Some persons have laptop, tablet, phone, while some person have one little phone with sometimes chip out and chip in. But I just want you to know that you can do it. And I don't know about anybody else, but I never start I never start this process with, as you say, go and spoon in my mouth. But you see if you gradually set yourself that because people say education is the key, and I think some people don't really believe that. But you can get to places. Education can take. Even me going, for example, I can use myself an example. Going to Chile. If I had not studied Spanish, I would have never seen Chile right now. Maybe way in the future and I have a money and I plan a trip. But going to Panama, going to wherever you go, there's some opportunities that we got because we did Spanish. People we got to meet. Opportunities that we'd have gotten had we not done Spanish, we might have not gotten that opportunity. And so, education, well, if it's not Spanish and French, it can be math. It can take you to places. So, whether your financial situation,
Whatever your skill set is,
yes,
it's a vehicle.
right,
Equip yourself. Don't just sit unequipped. Be
right.
prepared.
It's better to stay ready so you don't get ready. And so whatever it is, don't sit and feel sorry for yourself because some persons, and don't compare yourself with others. You see somebody with an iPhone 12 and you have an 8 or a 7 or a 6, you don't know what they did to get the 12. Be comfortable with what you have and know that once you do what you're supposed to do, you'll get yourself into position that you can buy anything that you want to do. But in the meantime, right now, don't compare yourself with anybody. And I see Renee saying same. I know Renee went to Panama, and I guess she's talking about that opportunity doing Spanish and getting the opportunity to go. So there's so many things that we can do. I'm not sure what happened to Monique. Monique, if you are back, you can turn on your camera. I would no, I don't want you to leave. I would love for you to speak. I would love for you to speak to Nesham. I want to see this interaction tonight. Um, but I don't know where they are. I'm not sure. Monique, I just add her, but I don't know if she's hearing me. Let's see. And if there's somebody else that wants to come on, feel free to come on. The StreamYard information is in the chat. Um, but that's one of the things. That's and you see something else that I want to touch before too. Money, just send me a message if you are coming back on. But one of the things that I want to touch on too, and I think a lot of people, until you speak to some people and hear from them personally, some people tend to think that you see this person, they have it all together. You see 15 seconds of their life, they think they have it all together. We are all, I think I can safely say, we're all struggling in whatever we are at. Whether some people financially, some emotionally, some physically, some just, and we're all trying in this. I don't want to call it game of life, but in life, we're all fighting something. Whether it's tired, whether so anything. But I just want us to know that you're not alone. And I think that is one of the things that if you don't leave here with anything else, and being accountable and knowing that you are not alone and you're a part of a community and there's somebody somewhere that is willing to help you and know your tribe. Because, I don't know, I'm going over in a tangent, but I just feel like I need to go over there. Um, it makes no sense. Don't go and talk to somebody who will talk about you. That's not the tribe we're talking about. Know your people. Know people who will help you. Meaning and help don't have to be financially. Just talking to somebody can make your day, or just saying what's happening and somebody pointing you in the right direction can help you. So know your tribe and just know that you are not gonna be for everyone, and everyone is not gonna be for you. I was watching a TikTok today, and the lady said, "Some people like Cersei, some like tea, and some like
Yeah.
coffee, and whatever it is, just know your tribe, and just know that you have your set of people who will be there for you." So
You,
that's
you, you, mentioned you mentioned something, Sim, as if I can chime in. One of the
yes.
things you said is that I found very interesting is that you can't watch people highlight reel. You can't watch the highlight reels of people life. So the
And people tend to do that,
yeah, so just selected moments where them fabricate and put out there. That are not the reality, right? That is
right?
like 10% of the journey. What is behind the highlight reels?
And only a few persons I see record themselves crying. Most of them show you the highlight. I am here. What are we doing? No, no, no. It's not usually. Oh my, I don't know. So you find that you're going to see um persons. You're gonna see persons, as you said, the highlight reel of their life. So don't compare yourself to their 15 seconds. We all go through things. All right.
Come on.
I see Neshama. Hola.
Oh, that's Neshama. Hi, hola Neshama.
Hola,
Hola.
What
¿Cómo
else you want to?
estás?
¿cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias.
Muy bien, gracias.
Okay. Do you Neshama? She's shy now. Do you think it's important? Do you think are you shy?
Why
No, you're not.
I'm shy?
You're not shy?
No,
Okay. Do you think it's important to learn Spanish?
I'm just excited.
You get excited to learn Spanish?
She's
Okay. So
Yeah,
do you think everybody should learn Spanish?
yeah,
Why?
because it's important.
All right. So it's important. So what if somebody say I
Fun
can't learn?
too.
What was that?
It's fun.
It's fun? Awesome. So what if there's somebody who say I can't do Spanish? What would you say to them? Wait.
You can do it.
All right, awesome. You can do it. How old are you?
5.
All right, so you're getting it from a 5-year-old. Did you? All right, you see Mr. Sherman right here. You see Kitten, but his
The
name is Mr.
thinker,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and yes.
All right, muy bien. All right, so you have look at me now, Neshama. You have Senior Sherman at the top. You're seeing how many persons you're seeing on the screen.
I finished 3.
All right. So Senior Sherman, he teaches Spanish too. Did you know that?
Yes.
You okay? You want to ask him any question? Spanish? You want to ask him about any Spanish?
Who?
Senior Sherman, you don't see the other person. He's waving at you.
hola.
Hola.
Hola. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
Aquí
¿Cómo?
He's asking
¿Cómo
you.
te llamas? She's shy.
He's asking you your name. Remember when you want to say what you say, ¿qué? So how would you
Neshama.
me llamo
Ah, me
Neshama.
llamo Neshama.
Neshama.
Hola Neshama.
Hola.
So why you
Hola.
covering your face? We can't see you.
Muy bien.
I just so excited.
You know, she told me once when I said muy bien, she said, that's what I said. It means very good. I said, okay. All right. So, um, we are here talking about learning Spanish. And do you know that you're special? You already know that you're special?
Yes, and I'm beautiful. Even
I
I
tell
made
you that.
my hand beautiful with hair.
Muy
Yes.
bien.
Yes. Your hand is
Even it's
beautiful.
still colorish.
Right. And do you know that there's nobody else exactly like you?
Yes.
Because you're unique, right? And everybody is unique.
Really?
You didn't know that?
Yes, I did. But I just asked you if it's
Oh,
real.
you're asking me to make sure that everybody is unique? Okay. Well, I'm excited to have you here on our live. So I want you to say hola to everybody. You're going to say hola to everybody, and I want you to tell them that you can do it. Say, you can do it.
Okay.
So tell them, you can do it.
I am coming. You can do it.
All right. Say, sí se puede.
Sí,
Se puede.
sí, puede.
No, sí
Sí,
se
se
puede.
puede.
So you can do it. Yes, you can do it. Good job. Muy bien. And I love that. I want to use this as a lesson to everybody too.
Hola.
All who is that?
Hola.
That sounds like Charlotte.
No, he said hola, man.
Oh, I guess he's talking to you. No, is Noah. Where's Noah? Show Noah.
No.
Show Noah so that oh, they're frozen.
Hola, Noah.
I don't think they're hearing us. They're frozen. But I wanted to use that moment and just show something. You see, when I just said to Neshama, say si, say puede. She just said it without reservation. And I find that when persons are learning a language, they tend to have reservation. And sometimes it's our mind and just our fears that stops us from doing a lot of things. I don't know if anybody has ever had this experience. If you're going somewhere and say, if me get it, me get it. Sometimes you find that you put out more because you don't have any fear. I'm not talking about not being prepared and say, if me get it, me get it, But I'm talking about something that you're going, and if you get it, fine. If you don't get it, you don't have so much inhibitions. You're not so fearful. But sometimes when we really want something, and then you're fearful and you're nervous. I'm not saying that you should not be nervous because my principal says that means your nervous system is working. But I'm saying sometimes what did I hear? Somebody said that sometimes you are the what is that? Sometimes not the stumbling block in your way, but sometimes
You're the weapon formed against us. You're the
yes,
weapon. That's what.
sometimes you
Sometimes
are the
you're
weapon
the
from
weapon formed against yourself.
yes, and so you want to ensure that you are not the weapon formed against yourself. So bear that in mind. I'm going to let Noah come on and say hola, and then I'm going to continue the conversation. Hold on. Hola, Noah. Hola.
Hola.
¿Cómo estás? Ah.
Hola, Noah.
Muy bien.
Muy bien. Bien también.
He's so shy.
Adios.
Say hola, Señor Sherman. What you say? Hola. Say say hola. They're freezing. All right. Say adios. They're
Adios.
How are you?
Adios. Adios means goodbye. Hasta
hasta
luego.
luego. Hasta
Hasta
pronto.
pronto.
We'll
We'll
see
see you
next time.
next
Because
time.
you're freezing up.
You remember a song
If I
Oh,
you
she
remember.
remember
remembers
a
this song.
song when you have a lady with a white thing? Did they have clothes and hangers? You remember?
If I remember a song with the lady have
And then
clothes
you
and
guys were singing.
Oh,
But
it's
I
a
don't remember the
C
lady
lesson.
that.
The C-sec lesson,
Yes,
Simonet.
and a blue tie. A
you
blue
have
Yes,
a
the
blue
tie.
C-sec.
tie.
The C-sec lesson, the first C-sec lesson with shopping.
With who? I had somebody
Mm-mm.
who was singing. I wonder if it's the one with Sir Estar. Sir or Estar. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I had three young ladies.
Oh, three young ladies? Okay.
Three ladies. It sounds like Janelle or
Oh, I
I
know which one you're talking.
don't know who
I
they
know which one you're talking. I know what you're talking about. When we were doing the shopping and we were in the room, I know what you're talking, and it was on the board. There was a whiteboard and we hung up the clothes.
like
I know what you're talking about.
channel, like channel.
I understand. I understand what you're talking about. All right, but you guys are breaking up a bit, so I'm going to say adios, and then
Three ladies.
adios. Oh, I'm hearing you, but
You
it's
know
going in and
three?
out. Yeah, I know tres. Uno, dos, tres.
Three,
But
you
it,
know, three ladies.
yes, I know tres. Uno, dos. But it's going in and out.
Three.
You hearing me? You all right? They were breaking up. I don't think they're hearing me in the last part of it. All right. So, what are we taking away from this live? First thing is, if whether you're anxious, overwhelmed, nervous, you are you you have a right to feel how you feel. So we're not saying that your feeling is invalid. So bear that in mind. But however you're feeling, know that you're not alone in this. There is somebody there that can help you. You are a part of a community. I know that most groups, if it's Spanish, we have WhatsApp group. If it's science, I know that I went into a workshop and they said they have their WhatsApp group. English have theirs. Everybody has theirs. So reach out to somebody. Don't be afraid. And just once we understand that we don't know everything, there's no one person that knows everything. And I have no shame in my game asking somebody something. And because once you learn that thing now, you now know it. So we just have to look at it like that. Don't say, I don't want anybody to know that I didn't know that, or I'm having problems with this, or I'm struggling with that. That is not the right mindset. Because if you know that in the end, and please learn to take corrections. That is one of the things that we need to know too. You're never too big to get correction. And once it's coming from a place of, because we know everything I've left and right. But if it's coming from a place of love, and you can know when it's coming from, what it's coming from. So you can appreciate it and you can learn from it. To the parents, what do you say to the parents? Like a final thing to the parents.
Um, persevere,
Persevere.
persevere, persevere. Just continue. Don't take it on as a
Burden.
take burden a day at a time. Break it into small chunks and persevere. You'll see the result of your resilience. You're gonna see why you work so hard. Right? So
Yes.
just take it in small chunks, persevere and survive and communicate. If you're
Yes.
having challenges, communicate. Talk to somebody. People are there to help you, man.
Yeah, and that's
So
and that is important because above everything, we want to know that somebody is there to help, and there's a community. Whether it's whatever it is that you're going through, if you say you feel your head hurt you, there's a community about headache. If you feel your eye hurting you, there's somebody specifically for that. So there's somebody for that. What do you say to our students?
um my it's simple. It's simple. It gets better. It
Yes,
it gets better. I really want to one of the things that I really want to do this year and to be this year. I think I kind of fell down last year or last semester in it is that to really be that light in the middle of the tunnel for them, right? To let them realize that it ends. This is 2 years now, and we've graduated two sets of students.
right,
So for you, this year will be the same. You will end. There's an end game to it.
right.
So there's hope. So that's what I want to leave with you. There's hope, right? Others have gone through it, learning in a pandemic. So there's hope for you, and
And
there's
you
an
can
end
do it.
game to all this. You can do it.
And this I love that. I love that because you see the first group we might have to say to them, let's see how it goes. But for the others coming after, you'd have seen persons would have done it before you, and you can do it too. And we also understand that some people need more help than others, and we understand that too. So reach out. Don't because you had a bigger sister who, oh, she never talks, she never need to talk to nobody or call the teacher. No, we are unique. We have unique challenges, but yes, you can do it. You can finish. You can complete it. So,
Yeah, one of
so
the things,
yeah.
just 30 seconds on that,
No
Cindy.
man, it's a
No man, adaptations, and this is one of the things that I find, and especially as a student, if I had understood that I have special abilities that are innate, that means that they're natural to me, that allows me to be the best version of myself, then I would have been a better student. And even in my initial part in teaching, I wanted to follow a particular pattern of
right,
previously successful persons, not realizing that they have their specific adaptations so that they can do well. So when you look at a bees and a wasp, two different creatures, almost the same functions, but they're
right,
different in their role. So if you're a bees thinking that you should be a wasp, you're going to be in for trouble. Because if you think that you can just a queen and a sting, one sting you're dead, brother, because you're a bees. A
yes,
wasp will continue to do that and continue to operate in that way. But you have a higher purpose, a higher function. Your uniqueness, your special abilities will determine how is it that you survive what you're going through. So one of the things I need to tell you is that identify the things that are yours, that are
right,
given to you, and build on those things. All right, let me give you a quick explanation. I think I'm an autodidact. That means I have the ability to learn things within my own sphere and my own way. Right. So I'm not the type of learner who will sit and take notes. And going through high school, that was one of the most difficult things for me because when the teachers would report to my parents, they would say, "He not take any notes. There's no notes in his book. It's just drawings and stuff." And it would be one hell. But I have my own system of
right,
remembering and stuff. So when I was tried to be that studious student that wrote and followed, I didn't learn. It's not until I start doing my own thing and believing that this is how it works, but it just needs to be organized and there needs to be some amount of order to it.
right.
That's when I realized that I'm a learner. So figure out what works for you.
Right, and I love that. And there's something that you said earlier when you were talking about being a reflective practitioner. You remember, I realized you said, I found out that I fell down in this and that. And so we need to understand as teachers, as parents, as students, look at last year, reflect. No, this worked, this never worked, now do this again, or I need to improve this, or I need to change this because this. So you can't just they say you can't do the same thing and expect different results. So whether you're a teacher, a parent, a stakeholder, you can't just do the same thing and expect different. So whatever worked, you want to continue. Whatever you need to work on it. And so as parents, as teachers, and for teachers too, I want to remind the same thing you said about bees and wasps. The various teachers, even though we all speak Spanish or we teach Spanish, we have different strengths and we have different weaknesses. This area might be a strong area, and this one you might need some help with. It's okay if I can just get up and
Sing
make a video, or I can
or
dance
sing.
and you can sing, and we come and one sing, one dance, one do the video. And that's why collaboration is important, because otherwise you will burn out. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. If you try
Yeah.
to take up everything, your school life, your family life, if you have a relationship, if you have
Burn
children,
out.
yes, so collaboration is important. Whether it's parents, students, teacher, whosoever, collaborate. And you don't just collaborate. Collaborate with balance. You can't collaborate with somebody where you are the only one doing the work. That's not collaboration. That's leech. That's completely different. But you
Yeah,
find somebody.
science. Just a mini science lesson here. I remember when I had a good science teacher, by the way. So I can. There are three types of relationships in nature. Or three that I probably identify now. So you have commensalism. right?
Right.
You have mutualism and you have paratism, as in parasitism, right? So
Right.
the parasite, that's one relationship. So you have a parasite and a host, and the parasite and the host, they have a relationship,
Right.
right? They
What is
exist in a community, but
right?
it is only beneficial to the parasite. So the
Parasite.
parasite feeds upon the host, right? With mutualism now, I think both parties, like the ticks and the cow, right?
Right.
They both benefit from it. And I think it's the same for the commensalism part. Both of them benefit in different ways or indirectly. So what we need to have is a balanced ecosystem, and we can think about it as nature. What is it that you gain from this person? What is
Right.
it that this person can gain from you? What is it that we can gain from being in the company of each other? Because when it's Simonette alone, it's a powerhouse, right? When
Right.
it's Simonette giving to Kitson, that's still a powerhouse, right? When
Right.
it's Kitson giving to Simonette, that's a powerhouse. Also, when you combine both skills now, it's a completely different level that you're on. So
Yes,
that's the
I
idea that I want to have.
yes. So we want to just take this time to on the what you say, the benediction. We just want to encourage everybody. And above everything, just know that you are not alone. Whoever it is, whatever it is, you are not alone. Help is there. You can do this. You are special. You are worthy. You are meant to be here. And so we just want. It's indeed a difficult time. It makes no sense we say it otherwise. But you can do this. You got this.
Oh,
Take
Simonette,
courage.
you said that what were the businesses that were highlighted in the chat earlier?
All right. So we have Renee Grant has a YouTube channel here. So go
Okay.
ahead,
For the
guys, and
same language learning.
yes, language. Steph the stylist and Sash the stylist. They are sisters, and both of them do my hair. So they're amazing. I
Big up yourself,
highlighted
Steph sister.
Lauren Chen. Oh, I just saw her here. She speaks Spanish, Chinese. I think she does another language too.
Konnichiwa. Ni
Amazing.
hao.
Merrick, we said follow and pay. You have Jay's
Great,
Fresh
great, great
Produce.
teacher. Uh,
Jay's Fresh Produce, he does farming. He's a teacher too. He teaches electrical. So he does farming, and if you need to fix the electricity, he can do that too. Jack of all trade,
well,
and he's master of them. Not master of none, master of them.
your teachers are
Um,
hustlers. Dude.
yes.
can't,
And
can't stop hustle.
yeah, so we have people. I think Lauren wants to give us the benediction. So let me just add her for the benediction. Lauren,
Hola, buenas
hola, ¿cómo
Hola,
estás?
noches.
Lauren.
Hola, buenas noches a todos.
Buenas noches. Bienvenida, señorita.
Sí,
Sí,
Chen.
gracias.
Uh,
Sí.
you want to give us the benediction? Anything you want to say to us from the point of view of a student before we go?
Well, I'm not well, honestly, I'm not really sure, but as a student,
Right,
I think you should just take it one day at a time
right,
and not stress out yourself because I mean it's easy to look at top performers in school and think, "Oh, I got to get to that level." But you don't necessarily have to take as professor had said, you don't necessarily have to use their methods, but
right.
find your own way and still get to where they are.
Definitely, I agree. So, as you rightfully said, and we put all that down to don't compare yourself with anybody else. Your only competition is yourself. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and I think this is a good note to end on the affirmation then. So it says, I am enough. So the affirmation that I wrote, and those who are at home, you can say it too. I am enough. I'm in no competition with anyone else. Every day I try to become a better version of myself. I am special. I am unique. I have a voice, and so I will speak. I am the greatest. I am the greatest and I will always strive to do my best. I am the greatest and I am enough. You are enough. You're amazing. And we say it all the time. La única persona que puede detenerte eres tú.
Yes,
The
sir.
only person that can stop you is you. So you're your only competition. You're the only person who can stop you. So you decide. Are you going to stop yourself? Are you going to stop you? And you can answer that and you can think about that every time you decide to quit and you decide to say you're not good enough and all of that. Just know that you're awesome. There's nobody else exactly like you. So bear that in mind. And muchísimas gracias. I want to thank you, Kitson, for joining, and thank you for
No
sharing with
problem.
us. I learned something today too. I've never seen that document. It aligns also with growth mindset and fixed mindset. And thank you, Lauren, for always joining too and supporting. Muchísimas gracias
All
for
right.
the pages. Oh, and French Action. Also, French Action, guys. Please check it out. I said it earlier, but she needs, I think, 30, no, 67 persons to reach her goal. So you can just go ahead and join and learn some French. I just wrote it in the chat. And I'm now on TikTok, Spanish Plus Tutoring. You can check me out. And to anybody else who's gonna watch this later, if you want to drop what you do in the comment section, we would love to hear from you. Muchísimas gracias, Neshama. Muchísimas gracias, Noah. Your presence were felt. Monique, muchísimas gracias. Muchísimas gracias a todos. Everybody who stopped by, who commented, who shared, who watched. It wouldn't have been the same without you. Thank you. You can always watch it back later. You can share it with somebody, and we hope you enjoy. But we just want to take this time to say, as you prepare for the upcoming year, just know that you can do it. You got this. You are awesome. There's nobody else exactly like you. Tengan ustedes una buena tarde. Feel free to share these videos with some persons. If you know somebody going in grade 8, share the playlist with them. If they're going in grade 9, share the playlist. Somebody doing CXC, share the playlist. Thank you. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your participation. And if you are a silent cousin, as they say on MTM, if you watch but you don't comment, thank you also. Muchísimas gracias. But feel free to comment so we can know that you were here. Muchísimas gracias. Tengan ustedes un buen día. Bueno, buena noche porque son las 9:20. So have, no, y 30. 9:30 casi. So have yourselves a wonderful night. Thank you for your time. You can let me know what you want the next live to be about. And feel free to share. Muchísimas gracias. Watch a video, learn some Spanish, leave a comment. And I appreciate you. You're awesome. You're amazing. Adios.